My favorite anime has constantly evolved, and for the longest of times, Naruto was actually my favorite anime, at least until I started watching One Piece. And ever since then, One Piece has been in my number one spot. Here's 8 things One Piece does better than Naruto. Number 1, the development of women. In Naruto, the development of women, it's pretty hit or miss. But in One Piece, I think we can all say that the development in One Piece is far more consistent. Number 2, I feel like the villains are more hardcore villains. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but I guess I could say they aren't likely to be swayed by words. Like, having a conversation isn't magically going to change their minds or make them want to switch sides and switch to the good side. Number 3, the side characters are utilized a lot more and they remain relevant. In Naruto and Sasuke, they kind of just left everyone behind once Shippuden hit. But in One Piece, I feel like it stayed consistent. I mean, look at what happened to Rock Lee, look at what happened to Kiba, look what happened to Shino. I just feel like the side characters weren't utilized as much as they could have been. I mean, in One Piece, look at how Bon Clay is being utilized. Look at how Boa Hancock is being utilized. We have Jinbei. We have so many side characters that are being utilized. And the best part is, even as Luffy grows, his own crew grows as well. So it's not like Luffy leaves them behind in the dust. Every Straw Hat has a role that they can fulfill. Number 4, I feel like One Piece isn't as predictable as Naruto is. Because you kind of expect Naruto to always win, and you kind of always expect Naruto to make an impact on the villain's heart 80% of the time. With One Piece, one plot twist I didn't expect was I did not expect that Blackbeard was going to be as big of a problem as he is currently. When we saw Blackbeard, initially he was just in some bar eating pie, I think, and I really didn't think at the time that he was going to do what he did later on down the road. Another example was the whole situation with Skypiea, because Luffy was getting clowned so bad that even I was doubting that Skypiea even existed. But it turns out it actually does. Number 5, Luffy's making connections worldwide. Luffy's making far more of an impact than Naruto is, given that Luffy is traveling from place to place, right? And 9 times out of 10, each place he lands on, he's doing something to help them out, saving them, making some sort of connection, and then he's gaining their favor. These are connections that Luffy can go back and rely on in the future. As far as Naruto goes, his connections don't extend beyond the 5 great nations. And I don't know if that's going to change in Boruto later on down the line, but that's personally how I feel about the situation. Yes, Naruto is still making an impact on people making these connections, but it's not to the same extent that Luffy is doing it. Number 6, One Piece is dealing with world problems, world issues, and it feels a little bit more realistic because it's dealing with things like racism. It's dealing with things with slavery and being slaves and all of that. This may be a reach to some, but it even dealt with the little arranged marriage situation where Sanji was going to be forced off to marry someone for the good of the family. It even deals with the corrupt government. Number 7, Luffy doesn't win all of his fights. He lost against Magellan completely, and he got rocked when it came to Kuma. Like, there's just nothing Luffy could do at the time to protect his crew or protect himself. Now, I will mention, like, usually Luffy will lose a few times and he'll adapt and he'll use his head. I remember when he was first fighting against Crocodile, he kept losing and losing until he started using his head. Crocodile has sand abilities while Luffy has rubber abilities, and what Luffy did was Luffy started using liquid. He started using blood or water or whatever to combat Crocodile's sand, and eventually he overcame Crocodile. Number 8, One Piece has a lot of diversity. You have giants, mermaids, minks, and more. Like, maybe this is something trivial, but to me it just makes One Piece all the more interesting because it's a lot of people to deal with, a lot of races to deal with, and I just happen to like that a lot. Whereas in Naruto, you're kind of only dealing with ninjas. I mean, they're all humans for the most part. Anyway, there were a lot more reasons or things I could have listed, but I felt like these were the ones that were more important to me, the ones that stood out and called out to me the most. If y'all feel like Naruto does something better than One Piece, feel free to drop a comment and let me know. If you feel like you pretty much agree with what I stated with One Piece, or if you feel like I should have put something else, feel free to let me know. Thank you for tuning in. Sierra Nova is out.